Good day, I hope you are doing well today. Today we are going to talk about 10 interesting facts about Ahch-To from Star Wars. We will go over some history and other cool things about this planet. Now, let's get into it.
Number 1.
An uncharted world, located in the Ahch-To system within the unknown regions of the galaxy. Ahch-To orbited twin stars at a relatively great distance. In turn, the planet was orbited by one moon. The planet supported a breathable atmosphere, a temperate but volatile climate that frequently caused salt spray, cold winds and violent storms.
Number 2.
The surface of the planet was nothing but deep blue oceans. Dotting the oceans, however, were rocky island archipelagos covered with green trees and grass, where birds such as porgs would congregate. Moss, grass, and ferns also grew across the island's rugged cliffs. The first Jedi temple was built on one such island, known as Temple Island. By the time of the conflict between the First Order and the Resistance, Temple Island was dotted with Jedi ruins. The planet was the homeworld of a large variety of creatures, such as the mysterious Lanai and the large Thala siren.
Number 3.
Ahch-To was the birthplace of the Jedi Order. The Lanai's secret songs recalled long period in which there were no outside visitors, and brief stretches in which a group of outsiders dwelled on the Temple Island together. Some of them were kind, and others were mad. Songs recalled years of fire and ruin that had forced the Lanais from their homes until things resumed their proper course. Before the Great Jedi Purge and the Age of the Empire, Jedi scholars argued that a number of locations could be considered the birthplace of the Order. The scholars argued that Ahch-To, Tython, Coruscant, Jedha, and Ossus could all be considered candidate worlds for the Order's birth and the location of the first Jedi Temple. Despite such deliberation, however, the location of the first Jedi Temple was a mystery by the time the Galactic Civil War came to a close.
Number 4.
Luke Skywalker made use of the Jedi star compass he had discovered in the Emperor's observatory on Pilio. With a plasma-encased superluminite lodestone at its center, the compass functioned much like the ancient wayfinders and was attuned to specific points in hyperspace. Through studying the compass, uncovered a path to Ahch-To, the site of Temple Island and the first Jedi Temple. With the help of Lor San Tekka, Skywalker finally put together the many clues and learned the location of the temple, keeping this information to himself. Following the destruction of his temple and the students of his Jedi Order, Skywalker vanished in his X-Wing starfighter and went in search of the first Jedi Temple. He entered into a self-imposed exile on Ahch-To, landed his X-Wing starfighter in a shallow inlet, residing on an island with stone ruins, and cut himself from the Force.
Number 5.
As the Resistance began its fight against the First Order, Skywalker's sister hoped to find her brother and bring him back into the fight against the dark side of the Force. She sent Commander Poe Dameron to Jakku, where he retrieved a partial map held by Lor San Tekka that gave part of the direction to Ahch-To, which he stored in his astromech droid, BB-8. Later, after the partial map was given to the Resistance, Skywalker's astromech droid, R2-D2, who had been in low power mode since Skywalker's exile, returned to full power and provided the rest of the map to Ahch-To. R2-D2 unknowingly had the map in his databanks for many years, having found it in the network of the Galactic Empire aboard the Death Star during the Galactic Civil War. Rey, a young Force-sensitive scavenger, took the map and traveled to Ahch-To, where she found Skywalker in his exile.
Number 6.
After training Rey, Skywalker opted to remain on the planet rather than travel to Crate to fight the First Order. After being visited by the spirit of Master Yoda, Skywalker projected himself to Crate to interact with the Resistance and with his fallen pupil Kylo Ren. Projecting himself required a massive amount of Force energy and ultimately led to his demise, although Luke found inner peace and purpose in his final moments as he gazed upon Ahch-To's binary sunset and became one with the Force.
Number 7.
1 year later, following her confrontation against Ren and the revelation that the resurrected Darth Sidious was her grandfather, Rey fled to Ahch-To and Kylo Ren's TIE Whisper and intended to live out the rest of her days there in self-imposed exile as Skywalker had previously done, fearing that she would fall to the dark side of the Force. However, Skywalker's spirit appeared to her and encouraged Rey to not give up like he did and to realize that her blood would not define her legacy nor her actions. He gave her his sister's lightsaber, which he had kept hidden in his hut during his exile. Since Rey had purposely crashed the TIE fighter, Skywalker lifted his old X-Wing out of the water for her to fly to Exegol. With Skywalker's starfighter and Organa's blade, she helped lead the Resistance and Citizens' fleet to victory in the Battle of Exegol.
Number 8.
Ahch-To was the homeworld of the mysterious Lanai, an avian sentient species. The species of Lanai evolved from the same evolutionary stock of seabirds that produced unintelligent porgs. They were distinguished by their gray skin and bird-like skinny feet. Innate water-shedding ability of their skin, hair and plumage afforded by natural oils allowed Lanais to withstand intense oceans of their planet. They possessed salt glands that helped to extract sea salt from their food and drink, and extra membranes that enabled sharp underwater vision.
Number 9.
The females of the species, who inhabited the Temple Island for thousands of years, led simple, unassuming lives and wore white robes with matching headdresses. They took the role of caretakers and considered it their religious duty to maintain the Temple Island's ancient structures at the site of the first Jedi temple and to provide care for those who traveled to their isolated world seeking truth, while the males were known as the visitors, who spent their time at sea as hunter-gatherers using handcrafted boats to sail along the rough seas. They came back to shore monthly with a large enough haul to keep them fed until the next gathering of food and resources. They interacted together only during this monthly gathering event. This multi-day reunion became a festival, with music, dance and food.
Number 10.
To keep rhythm during their repetitive chores, their culture was intrinsically musical. Lanai's song was a mix of whistles and guttural oscillations that echo from their village and work sites. The Lanais' technology was solely derived from fish. Useful skins and skeletons were gathered during their fishing in bountiful oceans of their homeworld. Lanais spoke a non-basic language of the same name, which was a combination of spoken words and hand motions. Written language, which consisted of cuneiform marks based on the shape of their feet, was rare, and fire signals were preferred for long-range communications. I do hope you liked this video. There was not too much information on the planet. Perhaps we will get to see it in another Star Wars movie or TV show. Thank you to our members, and if you like this content, consider subscribing to the channel. Take care and have a great day.